So Mike Perry won last night by second round TKO. Doing this video at the end of my day. And I'm thinking why Luke keeps going back. I mean, because you know what? I think we're all thinking the same thing. He's too good looking to be a fighter right now. I mean, I don't think he's got really much left to prove fighting wise because he's pretty much done it all. When you're the middleweight champion for a very brief amount of time, just despite, you know, getting too cocky and losing it on your first defense, to still get that UFC belt is such an achievement. And when you uh make it to the UFC, you are among a elite group of individuals because I know guys who aren't even in the UFC yet, who have major potential to be in the UFC, who would definitely eat me for breakfast. But there's people in the UFC that would probably eat them for breakfast at this point. I'm saying any sort of combat sport is an iceberg because 99% of the time there's some dude out there that's going to make you look like a chump just because I don't care what anyone says, BJJ rankings or black belts or credentials. It really is just a fighting competition and who's tougher. You see Hamzat just go in there against Li Jinjiang, who's a black belt, and out grapple him like he's nothing. But Luke doesn't have anything to prove. I mean, he already got the belt. He stuck around. He did his due diligence. He tried to come back. He had a victory after he lost the belt. But after that, I just think he really, you know, kept trying, and I think the fight game just kept, surpassing him. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you see him like get his teeth knocked out, despite the fact that he's definitely got money to pay for new teeth, it's not gonna be a chip in his bank account. I'm pretty sure. The guy's got some dollars, and he's probably scoring with some 10 out of 10 models. What I'm saying is the guy's a good looking dude, but when you have this complex that keeps you going back in, and that's the one thing that's always been Luke Rockhold's Achilles heel is just very arrogant. If you were as good of a fighter and as good looking as he was, yeah, I think you'd be the same way. He's a stud, but he needs to protect the assets that count because he can make a lot more money modeling. Like I really think so. Wear uh wear a tuxedo for a living for Men's Warehouse. And when I go to my next UFC event live, I'll buy the tux that has your face on it if I could afford it. Because there's a fly. Luke Rockhold, buddy, I'm a huge fan. And if I bumped into you in public, I'd ask for a picture. But bottom line is know which lane life is trying to push you in. Play the next James Bond and leave the fighting to the hungry guys. That's all I really got to say. I'll see you next time.